Hey folks, welcome back to Gaming Garbage. I gotta try this again, which sucks, because again of the audio cutting in and out. And luckily, I've had some folks that have kind of commented on one of my videos. So yeah, I know I'm not the only one really having this problem, and it is quite frustrating to try to stream and just have the audio just glitching out all the time, and it's a very kind of fast pulsating reverberation. And it's really chronic. And so what I'll do is I'll actually have this close, so just so I can check this every so often. One thing that someone did comment on, if you're having this issue too on Twitch, is something they tried is they actually dumbed down the streaming resolution. And that seemed to fix the issue, but again, he's like, I don't really want to stream, I don't really want to stream super low grade quality, because otherwise people aren't going to like it, people aren't going to enjoy it. And I totally understand what he means, but at least for something like this, I can at least, it's just audio, so you guys can just listen to it. I'm not visually doing anything. But yeah, this is a problem, folks. I'm still looking into this. I still haven't been able to find anything. I just find more people that have this problem with their audio, and it's on Twitch. And everybody kind of says that it started earlier this year. Some say February, some say April, but it's kind of in that area of where people have just started having this problem. And it really sucks. So, again, some of the tips: try not to mess with your headphone jack. Try not to mess with your cord. Don't turn off your controller if you can help it. Something you can try, and it worked for me once while I was playing Dark Souls, was to unplug and plug back in, or for the controller to shut off and to be turned back on. It can kind of like quote unquote reset it somehow, but we still don't really know what's going on. And again, Twitch hasn't put out anything that I've been able to find on this, or care about my ticket. So, yeah. Oh my word, folks. Yeah, this gets quite frustrating. So we're gonna do the showcase over again. I'm gonna try to condense this now that I'm doing this a second time, and we'll try to keep it. Shorter. So here we go. PlayStation Showcase. So, not every game is on here. Some of them I didn't think were really worth mentioning. And the idea is that I'll go over the stuff that I saw was most relevant. I'll then go over exclusives we did not see. I'll then go over notes that I had. And then I'll go over some specs over the tech that we got to see in the showcase. So let's see, we got to see Helldivers. Helldivers looks like a squad-based type of game where you drop in. Looks a lot like Arc Raiders, which that's supposed to be coming out later this year too. I still think Arc Raiders is going to miss the mark and not be coming out later this year. I think it's going to be 2024, and we've been seeing a ton of delays in these games. And one thing I noticed real quick was that a lot of the games that they had showcased did not really have definitive dates on when it was showing up. There was only a few of these, and even a lot of these games didn't even have a particular month that they were expecting for them to come out. It was more kind of like a certain season of the year or a certain year, and they didn't even have stuff nailed down. And even one or two of these only had the year for 2023, and it's like, folks, half of the year is almost over. You're telling me you don't know when it's going to be coming out in the next 7 months? Like, that's crazy. I think that's just kind of wild. And they didn't even give a season of when it was coming out. So, I don't know. There's just kind of a lot of iffiness on when a lot of the stuff in the showcase is coming out. I don't know if that's necessarily because of some issues internally, or Sony having their fingers in too much of the pie for some of these exclusives, are kind of what they're responsible for. Because we know Sony's going to make a lot of live service games, and they're just contracting out the work to someone else. so they can make these. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, Helldivers actually looked pretty fun. So you're, you know, so in the future, it's a kind of a military style. You're protecting humanity, etc. And there's kind of this like bug invasion. And so if you could think of like Starship Troopers, it's basically just like that. And you can play with some friends or some other folks online. It does look like a live service game, but it would be something that I'd probably pick up on sale or try for free, like if they had a demo or something. The next one that looked really good, which I'm probably one of the most excited about, was Phantom Blade. So they had a really good trailer kind of depicting and showing gameplay, and some of the gameplay just kind of blew me away, of just very Sekiro-like, and taken into that time period and that style of culture with like ninjas and the samurai and stuff. Excuse me, and it looked really good, and I'm pretty excited for this. Again, I only think it's going to be PlayStation, so I won't be able to play it. But I do the showcase because I know some of you folks have PlayStations. Probably more than I think. Another one that looked pretty good was Ghost Runner 2. So I personally didn't play Ghost Runner 1, but Ghost Runner 2 actually looked pretty good. It kind of looked enticing and kind of action driven, kind of like still like a Cyberpunk 2077 type of style. There was also Sword of the Sea. So this is from the developers of Journey and Abzu. And again, very much type of the same, kind of like the same type of art style. And that one looked interesting, and you could probably expect some of the same too. Not a ton of gameplay, but just kind of a fun little story. And I really enjoyed Journey personally. It sucked that it was so short, but I just kind of enjoyed the message that they were bringing across. And I haven't had a game do something like that in a long time, where there hasn't been like guns involved and artillery and that kind of thing. Another one was the Talos Principle 2. So I played Talos Principle. This came out quite a few years back. I enjoyed the game. It's a puzzle game. And the Talos Principle is kind of, when is the idea of consciousness available for a machine? Like, at what point does that become a reality? And so the Talos Principle is kind of taking a look at that through the puzzle. And Talos Principle 2 is going to pick up where number 1 left off. So if you haven't played number 1 and you're interested in Talos Principle 2, I suggest you play the first one first. It looks pretty congruent with the rest of the story into 2, otherwise you'll kind of be lost if you don't have that. Let's see, Square Enix. I had to laugh at this one because it just didn't seem to fit. It didn't look like it was anything exciting or necessary. It just looked like a Nintendo knockoff of Splatoon. But it was Foam Stars. And again, it didn't look super exciting. There wasn't anything magical or anything. And yeah, it just didn't look super good. Hold on, folks. I'm checking my audio. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh my word, it's doing it again. So this is what? Almost 9 minutes in. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Oh man. Let me try my controller. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, it's still doing it. Man, this sucks, folks. I'm really sorry. I mean, so far, this is what I've tried so far, and I've chatted with other people too, but I've tried different controllers, different headsets. I've tried switching out the mic and the cable from my rig headset. I've tried making sure my controller is updated, that Twitch is updated, that my console is updated. This is on Series X, by the way. I've tried unplugging the jack and plugging it back in. I've tried turning off my controller turning it back on. I've tried downgrading my stream quality to see if it's a network issue. I've tested my network. I've checked my megabits per second, or if I have packet loss or high latency. I don't have any of those problems. Like nothing has worked so far. And the ticket that I put into Twitch, I still haven't received anything yet. So this sucks. This is a problem, folks. And but yeah, I am committed to trying to figure this out. But it just looks like it doesn't going to work today, which sucks. Well, until next time, I will see you all on the next one. Hopefully, you were able to hear that.